everyone, this is Sasha bringing you a video tutorial today from BP4U, and today we're going to be talking about the library modules menus. And one thing to note about the menus in the library module is most of the things that you can find in the menu are just repeats of the different things that you can find down here. It's just another way to access them. So up here we have all of our file options. We can make a new catalog here. If you already have, if you don't have a catalog open, you can open a catalog there, and you can open up a recent catalog here. And so if I had several catalogs and I wanted to switch between two of them, then this is what I would use. And you might be able to find them down here as well. Here you can optimize your catalog to get it running smoothly. Here you can import your photos, import from a catalog, and here you can start your tethered capture. Okay. And here you can have some auto import settings. If you wanted to set auto import up, then when you would attach your SD card or plug your camera into your computer, whatever you might do in order to import your photographs, when you did that, for example, I use an SD card. Whenever I would put my SD card in my computer, it would automatically start importing my photographs. I choose not to have that set up, but that is your personal preference. Here you can export. Here you can export with your previous export settings. Here you can export with a preset, and you can export as your catalog. Here are your plug-in, where you can manage your plugins here. You can manage your collections here. Here you have your filters, your flags, your ratings, color labels, and so on. You print, page setup, or exit. Here is our edit menu. You can see undo is Control-Z, and to redo it, it's Control-Y. Here you can select all or select none, or you can invert your selection. And so let's say that I have 3,000 images, and I want to select all of them except for the first 100. So if I went through and I selected, Control-Shift, I clicked on the first one, Control-Shift, selected that first 100 maybe, then I can invert that selection so that I wasn't trying to go through and select 2,900 images. That's just an example. That's a little bit crazy. But that would invert that selection for you so that you could make a selection, and you could say, that I wanted to select this photo, and this photo. I wanted to select all of my pictures except for those 3 photos. So instead of working around them, I could just select those 3 photos and invert my selection. Here you can deselect your active photo, and you can also use your / key to do that as well. Here you can select just your flagged photos, or you can deselect your unflagged photos. Here you can select by a flag, select by rating, select by color label. Here's your preferences, your catalog settings, your identity plate setup, and we talked about watermarks before. Your identity plate is a little bit fun. Just give me a second while that pops up. So we can go through here and we can customize this up here, and you can go through and you can change your fonts, and you can make that look however you want to. And so here we can enable that identity plate by clicking on this box here. You can change the color of it, so I can make this a pink color, and now my Lightroom is a pink Lightroom. And again, I can come over here and I can do that for these as well. Something that would not look too crazy because I want to be able to read it. But you can see here that again I can come through and I can make that something that I really like and something that fits my personality. So that is an option for you as well. And so there you have those. And you can set your Lightroom up to fit your style. Okay, so moving on, here we have the library. You can manage all of your collections here again. Here you can use this to find things, and so if I come up here and I want to search for something, then I have that option as well. Here you can, if you can't use your filters, then chances are by accident you hit Control or Command L on your keyboard, or you accidentally uncheck this box. So if you're having trouble with your filters, this is where you want to go to turn those back on. And here you can go ahead and you can filter by, and of course we can do that over here with our attributes as well. Here you can choose whether or not you want to see any of your photos that are in subfolders or not. You can refine, you can rename, you can convert photos to a DNG or a digital negative. Here you can find missing photos. If you move photos around on your computer instead of moving them around in Lightroom, then they will go missing. And so you can use this tool, well, they will go missing in Lightroom, I should say. You'll get a little question mark up here in the corner, and it'll say that it's a missing photo. And so you'll be able to use that tool to help Lightroom find those photos so that they are, again, accessible in Lightroom. Okay, so here you can synchronize your folders, you can find previous process photos. Here you can choose whether you want to render standard or one-to-one previews or discard your one-to-one previews. And one-to-one previews do take a little bit of time to make, and so if you have thousands of photos, it could take a little while. Here you can choose to go to your next selected photo, or you can do Control R, which stands for right. And here again you have some plugin extras. So up here you have this photo. You can add this photo option. So I have my photo selected. I could add it to my targeted collection, or I could hit B on my keyboard when I was in my loop view, or even in my grid view. If I have that picture highlighted, I can also hit B and add that into my target collection. And we talked about that in the calling video. Okay, so I can choose to open in my loop, show an explorer, go to folder library, lock to second window. Here I can choose a secondary program to edit in, and so you can see here that I have Adobe Photoshop CS5 that I can choose to edit in. I can, if I wanted to, I could bring in one of my Photoshop Elements programs that I own by clicking in that box and setting that up, and that would be another option for me as well. Your plugins, if you have some plugins, like I have Portraiture, then you would be able to go ahead and add that in there too, if that was kind of like something that you would use to edit with. Here you have stacking. You can stack some photos or unstack them, and we did talk about that in the library module video that we did before. Here you can choose to create a virtual copy, rotate left, rotate right, flip horizontal or vertical. Here you can use this to set your flags, ratings, color labels, or auto advance. You can set and add keywords. Here you have your develop settings, which we have some of that stuff over here. Here you can delete a photo, remove it from the catalog, or delete your rejected photos. So over here we have all this metadata stuff, and again we have that at the bottom down here when we talk about this metadata. And of course you can always add more metadata to a photo as well. You can add quite a bit of metadata to your photo. Here we have these views, and this is where you can toggle on exactly what you're looking at and what you want to see. And so here you can choose to hide the toolbar, or you can bring that back. Here you can show your filter bars, your loop view versus zoom view. You can zoom in or zoom out. You can increase or decrease your grid size. Of course you can kind of come down here and do that as well. Here you can choose how you want to sort. Again, you can do that over here. Here you can choose whether you want to be in grid, loop, compare, or survey. You can go over here to your develop module, and you can jump straight into one of these areas of that develop module. Or you can go into your crop, your spot removal, your adjustment brush, and so on. And so you also have your options, your grid view style, your loop view, and you can enable your mirror image mode. Okay, so moving on, we talked about a lot of this stuff in this window when we talked about the menus over in the Develop module. It's the same menu. We have the impromptu slideshow where we can start our slideshow. We have, the only thing that's different here is these panels. This is going to allow us to jump to a specific place over in this module, as opposed to when we looked at the panels in the Develop module, we could go to the basic panel, the curves layer, or the tone adjustments, that's what it's called, the tone adjustments, and so on. So again, we talked about this screen mode, lights out, and secondary display, which is just different ways that you can view in your screen here. We can go back, we can go forward, and of course we can jump modules here. And then again, we have all of our help options. We have Lightroom help, the 5 rules, the library module help, library module shortcuts. Again, you have some plugin stuff. Here is your registration. If you haven't registered your product yet and you are unsure how, this is where you can go to do that. Here's Lightroom Online. Here you can check for updates, which is good to do from time to time to make sure that you have, making sure that you have the latest updates will help to keep your Lightroom in tip-top shape. Here you have system info. You can choose to be part of Adobe's product improvement program, which I believe is a survey, I think. You can choose to take that. And here you have this about Adobe Photoshop Lightroom 3, and that is just your about information. So that is, again, all of the menus that you have here in this library module. And again, you can pretty much, and for any of the modules, you can pretty much find all of that information down here or with a shortcut, but in case you forget, then that's always an option to go up there and look into that as well. So thank you for watching this video tutorial. Happy editing!